Hello everyone! Welcome back to another 1v1 Warhammer battle. This is going to be the Wood Elves versus Chaos. Trying is something a little different. I have 3 Deepwood Scouts with Swift Shiver Shards Vanguard deployed, so they are firing immediately. I have 2 Wild Riders with shields in the forest. We have 2 Eternal Guards with shields, and then a War Dancers with the spears over here. 2 more Eternal Guard, 2 Wildwood Rangers back here being led by Durthu. The enemy has a Sorcerer of Death, 3 Feral Manticores, so they have a very high amount of flying units. They also have a front line of Chaos Marauders, a Hell Cannon, Prince Sigvald, 2 Chaos Warriors with Halberds, and then 2 Aspiring Champions. So immediately their flying squad is going to start kind of flying towards our Deepwood Scouts, and that's why I'm keeping my Wild Riders nearby so they can provide cover if they do indeed get charged. So right now I'm just kind of waiting, and now I'm going to issue an attack order on these Feral Manticores because I'm assuming, since they have low armor, that these Swift Shiver Shards should do a lot of damage because they do 37. So like that is a lot, but they I think a lot of shots missed there, unfortunately, really unfortunate because these things are so expensive. These guys are like 800 a piece. But they're getting some damage in, and just as the Feral Manticore is about to charge, is when I pull out my Wild Riders, and the enemy is going to pull back. Their Hell Cannon is targeting my Eternal Guard, which is okay. And I am obviously going to have to charge in this battle. I was expecting to kite the enemy army towards a ambush here, and then the rest of our forces back here. But that's not going to happen because they chose to pick a Hell Cannon. So I'm going to move this force over this way. Our other force is going to be moving up towards like this, I think. Wild Riders is going to be hanging out around here, as well as our archers, which will be behind them. I'm going to cast our first of the Flock of Dooms on these Chaos Marauders and the Warriors with Halberds over there by Durthu. I only took 1 spell with them, and that's Flock of Doom. So you can see it did a pretty good amount of damage. They're going to detach this circle of troops to try and deal with these 3 over here. Hell Cannon is still firing on our Eternal Guard and getting some good shots in. Right now, we are focusing our Deepwood Scouts on these Warriors with Halberds. They are heavily armored, but I'm hoping that the high damage of these units can just kind of pierce that, because I'm kind of worried about the Chaos Warriors with Halberds, and I want to try and shut them down pretty quickly. Meanwhile, I'm just keeping my Wild Riders nearby the archers to cover for those flying creatures. And then the enemy army is going to march out. We have the 3 Chaos Marauders down here, another Chaos Warrior with Halberd over here, and these Marauders Inspired Champions are chasing these units. I'm going to tie these Chaos Marauders down with these Eternal Guard and run our spear around that way. Our main force is just going to kind of charge and accept these Chaos Warriors with Marauders. Pulling back our archers, making sure to keep our Wild Riders near the archers for right now. And right now my plan is to put these War Dancers into this Hell Cannon to shut it down. I'm going to charge Durthu right into Sigvald, and then these Wildwood Rangers are going to assist against these Chaos Warriors with Halberds here very shortly. My second Wildwood Ranger... Hold on. Where the hell is it? Oh, it's right here. It's actually going to kind of stay back here for a little while after it kills these Chaos Marauders, so a little mismicromanagement on my part here. They're going to be sitting there for a little bit longer than they should be. Anyway, right now the flying squad is going to pounce down one of my Wild Rangers, and they're going to cast Doom and Darkness on them. I'm going to try and support the other Wild Rider. I keep calling Rangers. Wild Riders with my second one to see how much damage we can do. We do a decent amount of damage, but right now my archers are going to be kited back by these Aspiring Champions who broke their Eternal Guard there. Sigvald is in a pitched battle against Durthu. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. At least when I was playing this battle, I didn't know. I've never had Sigvald versus Durthu in a 1v1. And Durthu's just been casting another Flock of Doom. I think he cast it on this unit over here, I believe. And now you can see my Azure Spears have made it past this Aspiring Champion and Chaos Marauder group, so they're going to be coming over here. And now I'm going to have my Wild Riders disengage from this battle because we were losing it against these Manticores. And then I think they get caught by the Manticores right here because I had them charging against the Hell Cannon, but they're getting caught by those flying Manticores. We're going to have another Flock of Doom here on these Chaos Marauders as Durthu and Sigvald are still in a pitched battle. And you can see Durthu is actually winning this fight against Sigvald. My Wildwood Rangers are disengaging because I don't want them fighting against Chaos Marauders. I wanted them to go after the Hell Cannon, which I think I have them doing here shortly. And again, my Deepwood Scouts here just being kind of kited by, or pushed back by this Aspiring Champion, so I'm actually splitting them up. These 2 are going to run around this way, and this one's going to continue kiting the Aspiring Champions. Here's my Wildwood Rangers that were kind of just out here for a little while. I'm going to put them back into the fight. 2 Eternal Guards, so just kind of duking out with Aspiring Champions and Marauders there. As our War Dancers with Azure Spears, now Wild Riders going to try and shut down this Hell Cannon. My second group of Wild Riders has come back from routing, and I'm going to pull them back into a rear charge on these Chaos Marauders right here. And you can see me and Sigvald out of this fight. Durthu is definitely winning, especially with the help of the Wildwood Rangers. That's right, instead of the Hell Cannon, I had them attack Sigvald to try and bring him down quicker because they have armor piercing, and Sigvald is obviously heavily armored. Do a nice recharge on these Chaos Marauders over here. This fight's still just kind of happening back here. Wildwood Rangers are coming in to support, and then now these Wild Riders are going to be charging these group of Chaos Marauders. As our spear Azrai War Dancers are going to be holding off these Pharaoh Manticores. They are very good at killing Manticores. So this is an interesting choice for my enemy to put these 2 Pharaoh Manticores into the Azrai Spears. This is like one of their ideal targets would be a Chaos Pharaoh Manticore. Meanwhile, these 2 archers are just free to fire the Swift Surfer Shards into the Chaos Warriors with Halberds, who I did cast the second Flock of Doom on. And now when they get near Durthu, their leadership is so low that they're actually going to be terrified by Durthu. And then we're going to be continually charging these Pharaoh Manticores with the Azrai Spears, hitting them with the Swift Shiver Shards, another Flock of Doom going on them, and then the enemy army is going to rout. An interesting battle. I tried another kind of spread out tactic for the Wood Elves instead of just having one condensed line, and it happened to work in this case. The 1v1 duel with Sigval was kind of interesting to see because I haven't had one with Durthu and Sigval before. But Durthu's armor-piercing damage just kind of won him the day in this particular battle. I did also cast a couple of Durthu's short-range missile spells into Chaos Warriors with Halberds, I believe. You may have seen it, I may not point it out, but it's like little green arrows, I believe. But anyway, good game to my opponents. I think Ratman? Yes, Ratman. For the kills here, Durthu 25. That must be mostly from Flock of Doom, because he didn't really fight infantry that much. It must have been from his Flock of Doom and his... What is it called? I can't remember what his missile spell is called that he has. But it's like an ability. It's not an actual spell. Anyway, Eternal Guard did a good job of just holding Chaos Marauders. The Azrai Spears, they did a lot of damage to Pharaoh Manticores, but besides that, didn't really get to do too much besides them. Although they did help shut down the Hell Cannon. The Wildwood Rangers are just an amazing unit. For the Wood Elves, just amazing. And it shows here in their kill count. The Swift Surfer Shards actually did a decent amount of damage to Chaos Pharaoh Manticores, and I think they're firing at the Halberd Warriors. Probably shot up some Marauders as well. And the Wild Riders kind of got caught and dealt a lot of damage by the Flying Squad, but they still managed to pull out in the end and do a couple rear charges versus Marauders and charging Manticore, so they did pretty well. For Ratman, Sigvald, he also really didn't see much combat against infantry, so he kind of just lost against Durthu. Chaos Marauders that have been actually upgraded, I didn't even notice that in the battle. They got decent amount of kills against our Eternal Guard for the most part. The Aspiring Champions, 58 kills. These are the ones probably taking out my Eternal Guard on our right flank. Got a ton of kills. The Chaos Warriors with Halberds, I kind of focused them down with the Archer Fire, Flock of Dooms, and then I put Wildwood Rangers into them. And Halberdiers do not do good against Wildwood Rangers, as you can see there. The Hell Cannon did great. A lot of its shots hit right on target, so 75 kills for that short amount of time it was firing, I think is pretty great. The Flying Squad did really good at damaging my Wild Riders, but in the end they got caught by those Spear War Dancers, and they got kind of torn to pieces there by them. But again, good game to Ratman. Let's watch a cinematic view of this battle. Don't really use these units often. They did do a decent amount of damage. Still not sure if they're really worth how much money they cost, but they are pretty cool. Plus their ammo just looks awesome, just a bunch of blue shots. Would have been nice if we caught that Pharaoh Manticore, but we did not. Yeah, just so many shots missed here. It's just their flying targets. That's odd. No sound effect of Flock of Doom, but that's okay. We should soon be firing into these Chaos Warriors. There we go. There goes one of those missile spells. The duel. I kept trying to pull him out of this combat. I did not want them fighting those units. Silence that hell cannon! And then we chase the Chaos armies out of our territory. I don't know. Where is this place? Like, it's somewhere in the Empire? I have no idea. Did we actually kill... Did we kill him? I think we did, right? I think we killed Sigvald. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the battle, everybody. I will see you all next time. Take care.